Hello! So every week, most weeks, I try to send an email to my parents. And I call it Weekend Pictures, and I have pictures from my previous week that I take on my iPhone, and I tell them stories. And this week, I don't want to type anything, so I'm going to do a video instead. The first picture today is a fabulous photo of me on Halloween. And if you know me even a little bit, you probably realize how much I love dressing up. Most of my outfits, I'm pretty much playing dress up. For example, I have an outfit called The Marriage of Orphan Annie and Robin Hood. I have my Audrey Hepburn dress. I also have a Ginger Rogers dress, because sometimes I just want to dance with Fred Astaire, but he's dead. Halloween is like the one time a year I can dress up for realsies and nobody's gonna judge me. There are some people who might judge me because they have opinions about Halloween, but for the most part, nobody's gonna judge me on Halloween for dressing up. In fact, they give me candy for it. In this picture, I am a buccaneer, which I discovered is a very awesome form of pirate. And the woman next to me is Strawberry Shortcake. She is not a teenager like she looks like she is in the photo. She's a grown woman with, I think, 2 or 3 kids. This is a photo of their littlest girl who dressed up as Cinderella. She's a total cutie, obviously, totes obs, and I had a really good night. This next picture is a picture of Colonel Brandon with his tongue sticking out. This is another picture of Colonel Brandon. I take a lot of pictures of my cats. Okay, so now I have a ton of photos to show you because I had one of the most epic nights ever with a girl named Allie. Side note, Allie just moved here recently from California about a month ago to be a live-in nanny, and so we kind of have a kindred spirit in that we both just picked up and moved to Canada by ourselves. I surprised Allie by taking her to Niagara Falls at night on Friday, and they light up the falls at night with colors, and it's beautiful, and I'm so glad that we went, even though it was really cold. We also went to Fridays and had a lovely meal, and that was great. This is a picture of us. We went on a Ferris wheel, which was pretty okay. It was nice because each of the little buckets were enclosed and had a heater. That was my favorite part because I like to be warm. But now it is time for the tale of the haunted house. I don't know what is wrong with me because I was the one who said, a haunted house, that sounds like fun, let's do that. Since when have I ever liked my calm to be disturbed? Ever. I don't do horror movies. Allie was like, do you want to do this? I don't know why I was so convinced that I wanted to do this, but I really wasn't that worried about it. It was called Dracula's Haunted House, and the outside of it had like the kitschiest decorations ever, and I just kept looking around like, this is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be hilarious. And Allie kept looking at me because she was really concerned about the fact that it might be scary. I kept looking at her like, it's not really haunted. So we decided to do it, and we chose the hardcore level because we were like, well, if we're gonna do it, we might as well do it. So we're walking past these like enclosed horror scenes with like mannequins and blood and fake knives and stuff, and I'm like, well, this is about as bad as I thought it would be. And then we hit the actual horror part of the haunted house. Everything went pitch black. It was brilliant. Because what's scarier than the dark? Nothing that you can show me will ever be scarier than what I imagine in my mind. And all I can hear is horrible sounds coming from somebody. It's like we took a wrong turn and ended up in hell. And they heard me say Allie's name. So this voice starts calling out to Allie, and she's wigging. It was about this time that I realized that I had made a horrible mistake. And I start praying to Jesus because I'm literally kind of freaking out. And I will perform an exorcism if I have to. I am standing my ground because I'm thinking, there's no way I'm gonna go through this whole haunted house. I thought this would be funny. I've been through haunted houses before where it's like glow-in-the-dark paint everywhere, and they have like bodysuits on with glow-in-the-dark paint so they can pop out at you and scare you. This was very different. Really, the only way to get out of this place is just to get through it. So we book it. We just ran full speed the whole way through. We were running into walls, and Allie was screaming bloody murder. And it's pretty silly because it's a haunted house. We paid them to do this to us. What should take you about 8 minutes took us under 2 because ain't nobody got time for that. My chest hurt for an hour after we got out. So I tell you this tale as a warning, but also to declare publicly that never again shall I go through a haunted house. Never again. I will never do that again. So that's my weekend pictures. I hope you all are well. I love you very much. Well, I love most of you. Like, I love my parents, and I love my close friends. Like, I love everybody, but I just want to be clear. Like, I love my parents, and then I love you guys. So there's like 2 kinds of love going. Like, love you, mommy, daddy, Carrie. Love the rest of you. So